What's good on my stock market homies? Finally, a couple of consecutive green days in growth stocks. We have seen EV stocks strong over the last couple of days. We've seen tech pushing higher as well. It is a sight for sore eyes. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a couple stocks that are set to break out and move higher. We are also downgrading an EV stock, so you're gonna have to stay tuned to see what EV stock we're downgrading in today's video. We're gonna be talking about a stock that Cathie Wood and Ark Invest just bought 5 million shares of. She's loading the boat on this tech stock. We think it's too cheap. We think it's a great deal at these prices. And we're also gonna be talking about a clean energy stock that nobody's talking about, and we think it is way undervalued, and it could be providing the infrastructure for tomorrow's transportation sector. And we're also going to be downgrading an EV stock like we mentioned earlier, one of the EV stocks that was getting hyped up a couple of months ago. We think their management is kind of sketchy and could be up to no good. Before we get started, do me a big favor and go ahead and destroy that like button. Remember, the like button is not our friend and we must destroy it. Also, if you want to get 2 free stocks, some free money valued up to $1,850, check out the link in the description for Webull. They're also allowing us to trade Dogecoin on Webull now, so you're going to want to get that free money with Webull. Link in the description. All right, so let's jump right into it. First stock we're going to be talking about is the one that Cathie Wood and Ark Invest just bought $5 million of, and that is ticker SKLZ. This is Skills Inc. Skills Inc. is the gaming developer website, and they also send games out to market and earn revenue that way as well. So you can develop your own games via Skills, and you can also play their games on all the app stores. So I have the 1 year, 1 day chart pulled up, and we see that Skills made this monster move, broke out of this area down here around $14 and ran up to $46 a share, but then it got crushed with the growth stocks, and it's trading all the way back down at this level. We had this big move here yesterday. That's when it was announced that Cathie Wood and Ark Invest took their position. Over the last couple of weeks, Skills came out that they beat earnings expectations, they beat estimated revenue numbers, and they also beat the monthly average daily users, which is the most important metric for a tech website of this nature. You want to see those average daily users increasing, and then revenue and earnings will follow. They just got the big NFL deal where they're going to be developing a game for the NFL, and the NFL doesn't play around. They are serious about their money. So when the NFL is taking interest in a business, I think that is a big deal. Ark Invest likes the company. I like the company. Let's jump back into the chart and we'll throw our price target here on this thing. So I absolutely think it's a steal down here after this huge monster sell-off, trading at $16.50 right now. We had the breakout. We have that support down there at 14 bucks. I think this thing rounds back out and is a really nice deal down here at these prices. I would put a 1 year price target of $30 a share. I know that's a huge 100% move, but I just think this thing was beaten down by short sellers, market manipulation. We had the tech stock crash. We had growth stocks getting crushed, and that really drove the price down. But I think it's a good deal here today at this price. All right, so stock number 2 is a clean energy stock. Nobody's really talking about it. Everybody's super focused on EV. And EV is undoubtedly the future for common consumer vehicles. But what about transportation? What about trains? What about Class 8 semi-trucks? What about big construction equipment? The technology for EV is not ready for those sectors yet. And that's where a company that is in natural gas like CLNE, Clean Energy Fuel is the company, comes into play. We're talking about a natural gas company. Natural gas is a clean energy source, a low carbon emission alternative. And I think it's going to be a big player down the line, and people aren't really paying attention to it. This CLNE has made a pretty nice move from the $3 range back here all the way up to 20 bucks, but it's since pulled back and is trading at $10 today. Clean Energy Fuels Corp announced that it had signed an agreement with Amazon to provide low and negative carbon renewable natural gas. The fuel will be provided at 27 existing clean energy fueling stations and another 19 exclusive new or upgraded clean energy owned stations. This is a big deal. It impacts 15 different states. So this is huge news for this natural gas company. And people don't realize that the infrastructure for natural gas is already in place. We already have the pumps in place. And it would be easy to transition these fleets over to natural gas. So way easier than transitioning these fleets over to EV. You guys know I love Hyliion. And if you like Hyliion stock, then clean energy makes sense. This company makes sense because the two kind of go together. If one works out, the other one is probably going to work out as well. I'll link my Hyliion video right above there. Right there, you can watch that if you want to, but I'm not going to go into Hyliion in this video. CLNE, big news here with this Amazon deal. Right now, Chevron, the oil company Chevron, has a market cap of almost $200 billion. And I think over the next, let's call it 3 decades, Chevron's market cap is going to drop steadily. Diesel, oil demand is diminishing. That's happening. CLNE is going to be growing over the next 3 decades. It has a market cap 1/100th the size of Chevron. So it has a market cap of $2 billion. This is a steal at a market cap this low. I'm not saying CLNE is the next Chevron. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying there is room for growth as the demand for oil decreases and the demand for natural gas increases. We're currently trading at $10.15 per share. We jump back to the chart and we are coming into this support area. We held it the first time. It's right at 850. We held it there. You can see the consolidation below it right here, and then we broke over it and you had that big move. So it's going to be interesting to see if this thing holds support at $9, $8.50, and then starts to round back out. We think this is a $20 stock and it's trading at $10 today. So obviously we think this is a good deal at this price. All right, on to the stock that we're downgrading, and we are downgrading Lordstown Motors, ticker RIDE, RIDE. Now, the Lordstown executives, they have came out and disputed this short report that claimed that Lordstown Motors was doctoring their pre-order numbers. Obviously, if you have more pre-orders, it looks better for the company, and it could help increase the company's stock price. Now, I believe the short seller accusations. I believe that Lordstown Motors was messing around with their pre-orders, and I don't necessarily believe that the company's truck has a place in the marketplace. I think there's other companies that offer a better product, other companies that are going to come to market with a better electric truck. That's just how I feel. I think it's still too expensive with the market cap of around $1.7 billion. And I just don't see a way forward for the company. So we're downgrading this with a $6 price target on Lordstown Motors. They just entered that desert race. They couldn't finish the race, and they still acted like it was some big milestone, some big achievement. You know you're desperate when you're entering your truck into races that you know it's not going to finish. I absolutely think now is the time to be adding to these EV stocks. I've been adding to Hyliion. You guys know that is my highest conviction stock. NIO, I think, looks pretty attractive down here at these valuations. We also have Tesla still off the highs by a bit. We also have companies like ACTC, Ark Clean Energy, which is Proterra. We have companies that are stupid cheap. XP Motors, like it down here at these prices a lot. So I think this reminds me a lot of what happened with Bitcoin. Let's look at the Bitcoin chart. What's happening with EV reminds me a lot of what happened with Bitcoin when you had the initial run up in 2017, 2018, it hit 21,000. It then crashed, right? And this is a monthly chart, so each bar represents 1 month. So it crashed all the way down from 20,000 to like 3,000. And it chopped around for almost a year. So I think that's what's happening with EV right now, and eventually you break out of that flag and you rocket ship to the moon like Bitcoin has done. The platform I'm using here to look at Bitcoin is Webull. You can now trade Doge on it. Let's find Dogecoin. There it is. So here is the Dogecoin chart. You can buy it over here. Pretty cool stuff. Get your 2 free stocks with Webull, link in the description. That is going to wrap up the video. So we have CLNE, a clean energy natural gas company, ties in with my Hyliion investment. I think natural gas is the way forward for construction equipment, for Class 8 semi trucks. We have Skills, Ark Invest buying it. It's super cheap, off the highs by like 70%, and it's like a DeFi, a decentralized form of gaming. So I think that is an interesting longer term investment as well. And then we have the Lordstown Motors downgrade. So that's going to wrap up the video. If you got something of value from it, destroy that like button for me. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until next time, peace.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.